G'day everyone and welcome back to the New Zealand Sport Casting Couch. We've got a wee treat for you today. We're doing a all-time All Blacks team with the Rugby Championship about to start. So obviously we've had a lot of fan mails and things like that requesting this one for quite a number of weeks now. So we've finally got to it. So yeah, I guess we'll just do it the normal way. Go through the positions, so front rows and then second rows, etc. That alright with you, mate?
hmm Yeah, no, it
Yeah,
sounds good to
great.
me.
Give me your fronty then.
Gonna go with Tony Woodcock, um, one of the goats.
Mm.
I've actually gone for Carl Heyman because he was just a big bastard of a unit there.
You got him
So
at the
those are my
tighty,
t
do you?
yeah, those are my two proppies. And then
Yeah.
some of the old timers might not like this, but I think it's hard to actually go past Dane Coles.
Mm.
Not as your hooker there. I think he really revolutionised the hooking role and what we see today. So I think for that impact alone, yeah,
Mm.
everyone's trying to be the new Dan Coles, aren't they? So
Yeah.
yeah, going for him.
Yeah. Sorry. We obviously can do things the other way around. The more the other way around than what we have previously. But did you have a fan mail or anything? I didn't even ask. We just kind of got straight
Yeah,
into
sorry.
content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it is. It's actually this one comes from Bankstown. They don't actually have a
A
proper
postcode.
name. They just got a username, but I don't want to butcher it, so I'm not going to read it out. But it's
Mm.
saying, hey, I think this one's directed at you actually. It says, "Hey Chin, since you've got Lebanese background, would you mind just elaborating on what happened in the Tigers Bulldogs game? Just
Mm.
would you mind talking about the HOD for a second, which is that thing? I don't know if you saw it,
That.
but yeah, it apparently means fuck off in Arabic. Just wanted to know your thoughts surrounding it and the Tigers players using it as a try celebration to young Bulldogs fans.
Yeah. Yeah. I see. I didn't know what that meant. But well, that. But I actually quite like the fact that they've used that for their sallies. I think it adds something to the spectacle and the culture of those sorts of games. And I think it's no secret to anyone at home that the Bulldogs have a very Arabic fan base. So if that's a celebration that they're going to use to get inside the head of some of those doggies fans, then fair play to them. And the West Tigers are probably the second most Arab team themselves. So I think it's just a bit of an Arab state of origin, and I'm all for it. Did you like it?
Mm. Yeah, no, I'm thinking that it wouldn't have just come from nowhere. Like something tells me that they would have been antagonized from the crowd. So like I think it's all fair play, but it's one of those things like just brings a bit of a different flavor to the game, doesn't it? Like I don't
Mm.
know if you remember when the Cowboys fucked the Tigers like 60-0, and they were all doing these try celebrations, and then the next game when the Tigers fucked them 60-0, they were all doing their try celebrations back at them. Like it's
Mm.
quite
Yeah,
it
yeah,
brings a different layer and it starts to build a bit of a rivalry, which is good for the game.
yeah,
And I mean the HOD looks quite cool to be fair, like when you're just going around looking like that. And yeah,
yeah,
especially your Brent Nadens of the world who double down and Instagram it as well afterwards. So yeah,
yeah.
no, I think it's fair play. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're quite right. Like, I think I've always been massive on the try celebration in general. Like, I just think I think it adds so much. Like, I love try or goal celebrations in any sport, or even
Mm,
dismissal celebrations in cricket. So, any
yeah.
celebration's a good one for me.
Yeah, just showing a bit
But
of
yeah, so
personality never hurts, does it?
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's just a bit of personality. So, no, good stuff. And because they were previously doing the claw, weren't they? They were going like that.
Yeah, they always used to do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I
that one
like.
didn't offend anyone, unfortunately. So that's
Yeah,
why they turned to the hod.
yeah. No, I always liked the claw as well. But yeah. So anyway, back to what we were doing. On what you said, you had Colsey, so I've gone Colsey as well. For similar sort of reasons. Like, there's obviously a wee bit of bias there from us with being Canes fans, but
Mm,
I think it's probably, at least in our lifetime, it's obviously going to be between him and me and Lamu. But I think Colsey was probably a little bit more well rounded on the
yeah.
whole. Also went Tony Woodcock at loose head. I think that's pretty yeah, pretty stock standard. You can't really go wrong with Tony. And
Mm.
who did you have? You went Heyman, so I've gone the Owen
You
Franks,
go
the
Franks,
try.
yeah,
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 and I'm not saying he was the perfect player. Like I think if in my side this is probably the weakest player, but we haven't had
yeah,
like someone that really has owned that tight head position and clearly been the standout. But I think for me he is the standout if there is one, just for the fact that he's played over 100 tests and won a couple of World Cups and
yeah,
um, I think he was part of both though. So yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
Franksy just does a bit for me. So yeah, on
Fair
to your
enough.
second one.
Second row's a tough one. I think Barter's pretty unanimous. I think Whitelock and Retallick have got it. I think just them as a pair as well, as a duo,
Mm,
tried and tested. I out of the two, Retallick's higher for me because he's less of a grub and he's just a
yeah.
better player. So Whitelock would be the one to drop out there. But yeah, no, I
Mm,
think him over your like pine trees and the likes of that, the ones before our time. I think it's hard to argue with it with those two as a combo, isn't
mm.
it?
Yeah. See, I've definitely gone Retallick, but I've actually just tried to show a bit of respect to our older punters, and I've got Pine Tree alongside him. Pine Tree
Mm,
Meads, one of
yeah,
the greats. So yeah, that's what I've done for my lock pairing. I've
yeah,
always had something against Whitelock. I've probably spoken about it on the show before.
yeah,
I think it's just because he was a real grub, which you need, but yeah, I don't know. For me, Retallick was clearly the better one,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then so just to find room for Pine Tree was important.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you didn't actually go with Dog Roll Barrett because I know you're a massive fan of him. So
Yeah,
there's
true.
that's good to see.
Yeah.
The back row have gone for just might be a bit of bias here, but Jerry Collins at six.
Mm,
Yeah, really liked his brand. His just real aggressive kind of play. Think he's him probably between him and Kino for genuine out and out sixes. Without messing around and trying to put people in in positions that they aren't. So gone with
mm,
him at six. McCaw at seven. Kind of picks himself. Um, yeah, one of our greatest ever to do it. So
yeah.
um, put the respect where it's due. And then at eight, I've gone with Artie. So. Um, helps that he plays at eight, so you can fit them both in. No Kieran Reid for me. Yeah, I
No,
think
fuck no.
yeah,
No
yeah. Could
fucking
actually
way.
put him at 14 though because he spent half his playing time on the wing. So
Yeah.
yeah, be prepared for that later. But no, that's my back row.
Yeah. No, I've actually got the exact same. Obviously the only real debate there I think is whether you go Collins or Kano. I don't think you can go
Yeah,
wrong either way. I think it's kind of just
yeah,
whatever you want. They're very, very similar. There's kind of I think you can make an argument both ways, but it's also very hard to say one was clearly better than the other because they were just that similar.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
They
if
play
in
just
doubt,
similar
yeah,
roles in there. No
yeah,
Zinzan
exactly.
Brooks or anything like that for
No,
you.
no Sands. No, I haven't gone.
Yeah,
I think with Pine
you're
Tree
not
and there,
trying
I've
to.
shown enough respect.
Yeah, yeah, you're not
Yeah.
trying to go
So,
for drop goals off the back of the scrum or anything like that, rugby
no,
08
no,
style.
that's not
No,
how I play my rugby. No, no. So,
no, fair
yeah,
enough.
McCaw, Artie, clearly the 7 and 8, and then,
Yeah,
yeah, Collins or Kano for 6, but we'll go with Jerry.
yeah, fair enough. Oh, you're not debuting Simon Parker in this team just yet, or
No, not quite.
nah?
Not
Okay,
after what I'm watching right now. That's for sure.
yeah, yeah, fair enough. Um, Backline, I think, is going to be relatively easy
Yeah.
to
See if there's any
pick.
differences there.
Yeah, Smith, Aaron Smith, then Dan Carter, Nonu 12, Conrad Smith 13. I've gone for Xavier and Lomu on the wings, just two of the same,
Oh,
just two power pieces.
yeah.
But yeah, there's obviously some shout outs there that could have got in. And then Christian Cullen at the back.
Yeah, nice. We're very, very similar. I mean, obviously the 9, 10, and the midfield and 15
Yeah,
is
it just picks
everyone's
himself.
would be the same. You couldn't
Yeah,
argue that, I don't think. So yeah, Smith, Carter, not Aaron Smith, Dan Carter, Marnonu, Conrad Smith, Christian Cullen, and their respective jerseys. For the wing, for me, I've actually gone different. I always change my mind with this. I've decided to show respect to Jonah Lomu on the left wing. even though I think Prime Julian may have been better. It's just hard to know.
Mm.
But obviously, Jonah Lomu was box office, so we'll get him in there. And then my right wing is actually Will Jordan. I'll go him over Howlett. I just think Will Jordan is
Mm.
maybe already our best ever winger. I think of him that
Yeah,
highly. So
fair enough.
yeah, so
I think
good
I
to
think
have
our
some.
wing spot's quite contested though. There's quite a few that could
Mm,
have, like
heaps.
I reckon even your Ben Smith,
Yeah,
good would have been a good shout. He was so
yeah,
versatile there, like fitting in so fucking good under the high ball, so safe.
yeah,
Like he was amazing
yeah,
for us there. Even like your Israel Dag early doors when he was
yeah.
pretty fucking decent there. Like I think we always had wingers as kind of your flavor of the month, isn't it? You pick who you want. But
And
yeah,
I
no.
think with the wingers, like they obviously have such short primes for the most part, and that's where it's so hard to
Yeah,
like.
if
Yeah,
we
you
go
can go so many
prime,
different ways.
net Milner
Yeah,
Scudder for primes, pure
yeah,
primes.
that's what I mean. That like
Yeah, yeah,
they just don't have a long time out there usually, and even like Corey Jane, and there's just so many options.
mm,
Um, so yeah, wingers are wingers, eh? And I think we often forget how good some wingers were because they often play too long or their prime so short, like a Milner Scott or even
mm,
Julian. Um, but when you actually look back at their 2 3 year window where they were in their prime,
mm.
it's pretty hard to separate all of them really.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so yeah, people like your Benders and stuff, they for have Ben Smith that is sorry, for being around for
yeah,
so long, you kind of they probably win a few brownie points there. And for me, Will Jordan will be like that. Like
yeah,
he'll play another 50 tests at least. So yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, anything else you want to discuss on that front, or you happy to
Yeah,
wrap her up
any
there?
we've kind of gone through the honorables kind of while we're
Yeah,
going, haven't we? We
yeah,
kind of discussed it.
I had a couple.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
to shout out, like obviously a few of our fans of the show are quite greasy, in terms of greasy hair and not showering and being a bit slimy, kind of real
yeah,
estate agent like.
yeah.
But Byron
Quinn and
Kelleher, I
Cook.
put him down just for
Yeah,
an
yeah,
absolute dirt. Apparently,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, did
that's
you want to
funny
say
you
something on
mentioned
him?
that
Or?
actually. Yeah, because I was going
Yeah,
to say I've got a couple of halfbacks that need a good shout out here because it just seems to be the
yeah,
position that's where we thrive, and that's Pity
mm,
Wepu and Byron Keller are just
yeah,
so yeah. I'm glad that you brought Byron Keller up, probably
yeah.
the most greasiest like you would want
Oh,
to avoid in a
terrible.
bar kind of guy all time.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
kind of seemed like an
He was a
aggro prick as well, didn't he?
yeah. He would roof anyone by the sounds, and like I've got pity as well, just for being that fat his whole career and still being so
Yeah,
good. But
yeah,
even like a Jimmy Cowan was a dirty prick, eh?
yeah,
From Gore, he
yeah,
was just yeah, not much about him. And then yeah, we've obviously had some pretty fat props over the years as well. Your Kaltuna Kiffis, your
yeah.
Tialatas and all that. You got to give them a
Yeah,
good
chill
shout
out
out
of
to
Big Mac
Tammy
eating
Afuna. Did he get a
competitions.
game? Yeah, Tammy
No,
Afuna got a game. Yeah.
he's a Tongan horse, doesn't
No, he played for Tonga, but I'm pretty sure he might have had one, or maybe not. He might not have.
he?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I don't
he was
know.
on the scene for long enough. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I thought he was a one test All Black, but I'll have a quick look.
No, fair
But
enough.
while I do that, I do have a scenario for you that I think you might enjoy, and
Okay,
hopefully some of our
that's
fans
scary.
enjoy. But they can just bear with me while I check if Ben Tammyfuna did get a game, because I don't want to fake news people.
Yeah, no, he
Uh,
can't be spreading
no, yeah,
fake
he
news.
didn't. Under 20s,
Yeah.
New Zealand under 20s never cracked the All Blacks.
Mm.
All right.
He probably would have weighed about
Um,
160 for that under 20s game. Would have been a fair.
yeah, yeah. Alrighty. My scenario here. So you're gonna have to have a real deep think about this one.
hmm
All right. So would you rather Pacifica revolt in the Union space, similar to what we had in League? So basically, no Pacific Islanders play for the All
Mm.
Blacks or Australia anymore. So you lose your Surveyors, your Satitis,
Yeah,
your Iones, all of them just go and play for their country. So we're basically just
yeah,
running a honky job in the All Blacks,
yeah,
or maybe a few Maldives in there too, if you don't mind.
yeah.
Or you get a subcontinent revolt in the Black Cap space. So you lose your
Oh,
Moabasas, your Jack Patels, your Ish Sodites,
yeah.
no flavour, full
Reaction
honk
revenge
job
eyes. Yeah.
for the Black Caps because I don't think there's many Pacifica or Maldives to fill those spaces. So yeah, what are you
Fuck.
liking there? Yeah,
Um. I would have to go for the rugby one there because um, I
Yeah,
can't see the Black Caps having any good spinners for the rest if we don't have even a little bit of subcontinental spice there. Like, I'm sorry, but we
yeah,
saw how it went with your Mark Craigs, your Will Somervilles, and stuff like that, and I'm not
yeah,
operating that full time, so
mm,
I'm gonna have to take
yeah,
the Pacifica clean out. I feel like if we just go back to real like tough, nutty farmers, it wouldn't actually be the worst for
yeah,
our DNA. So I
yeah,
would probably run with that one over the subcontinental drift. How about you?
yeah. No, I'll do the same because I think we've seen that when we go to the subconny, we need an Ajaz Patel to take 10 wickets and things like that, and we need these
Yeah,
kind of the subconnies to be able to operate in those conditions. So
yeah. We
I
also
think
need
for that,
Ravindra to be able to play spin over there.
yeah,
So
Ravindra,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
how
We
do I
need
forget
someone that
him?
can
There's a few
sweep.
significant Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
no, I'll do the same as you. I think we need Ratchin and the like. So yeah, but that's just good something to think about. Let us know what you'd do, Black Caps and All Blacks fans. But yeah, all right. Otherwise, we'll probably wrap it up there, and we'll do another show for you at some point. Cheers.